What's going on, all you Alan Richson fans out there? That's right, I'm talking to you, Jack Reacher. The Cinephellas boys, me and Uncle Logan here, are back tonight to talk about Guy Ritchie's newest movie. It hit theaters just a few weeks back. It's already on digital and available soon on physical media. We're talking about The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Your operation are reckless. Abort this mission now.
Hello, can't hear you. Please do off.
That's right, these wild English lads are back for yet another Guy Ritchie film, or not really, with this brand new
Didn't feel
film.
like it.
Didn't feel like a Guy Ritchie movie. We love him. Just reviewed The Gentleman and had a great time with that. And Guy Ritchie's back in the director's chair for the new film. British military recruits a small group of highly skilled soldiers to strike down against German forces and enemy lines during World War II. So it's yet again another movie that's showing the Nazis were failures and they're no match against us. And this is basically what we saw with Inglourious Basterds, Quentin Tarantino's flick, much in the same vein, but just more comedy in this movie.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few of these too. We also watch Killers
Yep.
on Amazon Prime, Nazi hunting. And it's always fun to watch, Nazis getting blown up here. But yeah, like you mentioned, this one didn't feel very much like a Guy Ritchie film. The dialogue and that, I mean, it had some of Guy Ritchie's dialogue, but just like the flow of it and his normal, way that he has the gang together and stuff. They had some good one-liners and stuff, but yeah, it just definitely didn't feel like a Guy Ritchie film, which is fine. Let the guy try something different here. All out war movie here with these British gentlemen and the missus there all going against the wild Nazis. And it's all led by Prime Minister Winston Churchill there in the full makeup. And am I wrong, or was that Rory Kinnear
It
in
was,
makeup?
yep. It is
Okay, I thought
Rory
it
Kinnear.
was. Gathers this group of highly skilled soldiers, and it's all led by Henry Cavill there with a nice big beard, and Alan Richson, fresh off of Jack Reacher, just a behemoth of a man here. And all these guys and gals here get to go and shoot all the huge guns and brutalize the Nazis that they come across. And it really is an action film from start to finish here. A lot of explosions and a lot of blood and guts coming from the Nazis.
Yeah, from that aspect I enjoyed, but yeah, it just, like you said, didn't feel like a Ritchie film. Didn't have that quick and witty dialogue that he always has in his movies. And, had some funny scenes in this, but just the dialogue wasn't there as much compared to his other films. This definitely felt like a ripoff of a Tarantino flick in a lot of ways. But this is the first time I've ever seen Alan Richson. I haven't seen Jack Reacher. I've seen stuff about it and what it looks like, and I know he's a huge guy that would be a great fit for Bruce Wayne and Batman.
He's definitely physically intimidating and has that stature. I could definitely see him playing Batman. That's why he's been rumored a lot. Definitely a big physical guy. He's going to show up in one of the MCU or DC films for sure as a character. Just it's coming, so just wait for it. He's been having a hell of a career though lately. Showing up in this, he was really the highlight for me, honestly. His scenes where he just used his physicality to like pick people up off the ground and throw them, and really stood out for me. Henry Cavill, he was good in this, but I don't know, he doesn't ever it's just like we know Henry Cavill inside and out now. He doesn't have very much range, it feels like. He's a likable guy and everything. He just doesn't really do anything new in this film either. It's cool seeing him, and I'm glad he got a starring role in here. But yeah, just it feels like we've seen this kind of performance before. And then you have your supporting cast, and nobody really stood out to me really. As far as the story goes, we have a Lieutenant Commander Ian Fleming, who of course Ian Fleming wrote all the Bond films and stuff.
Yeah.
So we have his character in the film. So that was kind of cool to have him be a part of the, cast and the characters in here. It's all about Operation Postmaster. and these U-boats not be able to be serviced. So they have to go out there and stop these tugboats being able to get them and get them serviced and get them back in the war. So they have to go and fight against the Nazis and, you know, stop these nefarious plans from going through and save the day. And that's, you know, really what happens at the end, using a lot of explosives too. It's mainly the explosive expert there that saves the day, like in the poster there on the left, lighting the dynamite there. He was the dynamite guy, and I like that scene in the beginning where they light the C4 or whatever it is, and they're waiting, and it's taking forever to explode, and they're like, "Did you light the fuse or what? What's going on here?" And then as they're talking, then you see the big explosion in the background. So it's got some cool scenes in here. Carrie Yules plays M in there. I noticed him. He had a little face paint on and stuff. Henry Golding shows up. Rory Kinnear, like we mentioned. So they had a good cast. It just the story and the overall feel of it. It didn't feel like a Guy Ritchie film, and it felt like we've already seen this before in Inglourious Bastards and Killers. It just felt like another Nazi hunting movie here with not a lot to be memorable for.
Henry Cavill plays Gus March-Phillips, which was, you know, history was a badass, and that's where Ian Fleming got the inspiration for James Bond, was Gus character. So that's pretty incredible. I didn't know that. And they kind of showed that at the end of the movie, like the real life people and like what they ended up doing with their lives. And, you know, as a character in the movie, Ian Fleming, obviously the writer of that's really cool connection and getting inspiration for the, you know, one of the most famous characters of all time, James Bond. That says a lot. But like you said, Henry Cavill just didn't bring anything new to this or elevate this character. You know, he was fine. He's a great action star, but like the other scenes just wasn't as believable. Favorite character was Anders, played by Alan Ritchson. I thought he was badass. Love the bow and arrow behind me. A lot of great action, memorable scenes, and the rest of the supporting cast is pretty solid too. But overall, it was an okay movie. Wasn't that excited about it. The marketing on this was not great, and I could see why. Definitely not Ritchie's best movie, and a movie you would probably want to watch at home and not see it in the theater. With that being said, I'm going to give the new Guy Ritchie flick, I'll just call it Warfare. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 Guy Ritchie hair pieces.
I'm going to give it the same thing. A 3 out of 5 ungentlemanly hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you English hooligans out there. What did you like about Warfare? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite Guy Ritchie flick? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild uncles on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
We'll be back very soon with another all-new Cinephellas movie review. So it's been me, Uncle Henry Hill, and I've been joined by my good mate over there.
You can just call me Guy Ritchie. Until next time, cheers!
Cheers!